There we are. What is going on? Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. Saturday morning, coming at you last minute here. We typically don't do a Saturday, Sunday stream, but we're live today. I'm excited. I gotta bump this up here a little bit. I figured, you know what? I really wanted to do some ATC flying yesterday, or with the TBM at Friday night on the Friday night event there on VATSIM, but I forgot I had to put a bunch of saw down and get rid of because I could bring the trailer back this morning. So I got all that done last night, and I said, you know what, I still really want to try one more stream in the TBM before we put it away for the weekend. I figured let's do a quick one, let's do Las Vegas to Los Angeles in the airliner environment, going into some Class Delta airports, departing Class Delta. LA Center's online, so we've got some air traffic control. Hopefully they stick around, and I'm going to show you the capabilities of this airplane in a more so a traditional airliner or jet environment. We're rocking the GTN 750 GPS today, so you'll be able to see what we do. We'll load up the route here. We got a short route, already got our clearance from 8 cars, so it should be a good one. Good to see you, Velociraptor. David Isaacs here, Robin H, Tiger Dude. Caro's in the chat. Funny looking Airbus. Yeah, it is funny looking Airbus. I've come out of this Atlantic here many a times, back when I was flying corporate. But we're gonna come out onto the ramp here. We're not going over the nice citation. We're gonna come over here though. It's all right. Props are for boats. It's okay. Yeah, the citation is pretty. Shiny jet syndrome. I get you. That does look nice, man. That is a nice little bird right there. It does look delicious. But let's come over here. Look at this. This one is not too bad right here. TBM 850, soon to be released here. Let's go on, and we've already done our pre-flight walk around. We'll come around to the side here. We'll hop on in. Oh, look at that pop though. Looking good. Scott, happy Saturday to you. Do some KNS 80 nav. Not today. I'm working on it. We're gonna do some KNS nav. Not yet though. Not today. I'm gonna need to experiment with that a little bit more before I go live. But here we are. I'm going to come out of drone cam. We're going to come right back here. We've stepped in. Let's go ahead and button it up here. Let's bring the stairs in, and we're going to get out of here. So we're just kind of simulating that we've been waiting for our passengers here on the ramp. They've showed up. Now it's time to get out of here. So that is closed and locked. Now, the one thing that would be different is we would already pick up our clearance, which we have. And then, we would do a radio master and just get on with it. But I want to load the 750 with y'all so you can kind of see the procedure load if you're not familiar. This is the TDS version. There is a freeware version as well, which is really, really good. I got the payware version just because I wanted to see some additional functionality. I got to be honest with you. I don't know if I would buy it again. I mean, it's great. It's a Garmin trainer, so take that information as you will. I mean, if you have a Garmin and you're training, then it's going to be a great product. But for me, I probably would have been just fine with the freeware version. But nonetheless, I don't have any complaints about it. But I think it'll be a good test today. We'll see how it's integrated with the airplane. Sometimes it can get funky. I've noticed, when the King Air flipping the nav around, sometimes having that third-party GTN running in the background can do some funky autopilot things. Hopefully we don't have any issues today, so let's give it a shot here. So we're going to fire it up. We'll start engine so we don't drain our battery, and then we'll load the flight plan together, and then we would get out of here. But again, real world corporate scenario, you want to fire that airplane up and get on your way, have everything done. But let's do it together. So let's go ahead and close the door. We'll close it in. Make sure everything latches. Make sure the sim sounds are up. Velociraptor, good to see you, says closing in on 1 year soon. Wow, time does fly. Velociraptor, 12 months of support, my friend. I appreciate you. Hope you continue to stick around and enjoy the content, my friend. Absolutely awesome to have you on board. All right, let's kind of run through a little flow through the bottom here. That's all off. We're going to go idle. We're forward and cut off there. Coming over to this side, bleeds are off. Everything looks good here. We're going to go boost pump on position. Fuel is in manual, and then we'll come up here. We're going to go nav light, which I have bound, and we're going to do the pulse to position start. Yep, pulse to start. I'm trying to see which one I have bound. We're going to do a GPU start today, so the GPU is on. You can hear the fuel pump is on. I should have done that first, connected to GPU. We're going to go auto on the ignition, and prop area is clear. Clear the master cautions, clear prop. Starting engines, here we go. Look at that current drop, much less on the GPU today than we had yesterday when we departed out of Mount Booty. Monitoring the NG rise here. Monitoring the ITT for a hot start, NG for a hung start. We're at about 13-14% here. We should get a light off. I'll introduce fuel now. See with the door closed, much quieter. Love that. We got the starter blinking, ignition is on. Looks like we're going to temp out this morning 968, 69-ish. ITT rollback. NG is on the rise. Approaching 50%. We'll go starter off. High idle. Gyro RMI, ADI, HSI. Come down this side. We'll go auto. Auto on the panel. Bleeds are going to go into the auto position. Let's go radio master, autopilot. That is coming on. Clear you out. We'll get an HSI. We'll get that off the screen. We'll get this on. Listen to the absolutely love it. With you in the blue streak, Zippy. Good deal, man. I think I'll buy the TBM once it comes out. Looks really good add-on so far. Hey, iChaz. I don't think you're going to be disappointed, my friend. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I plan to fly this. This is going to be kind of a normal rotation for us for the foreseeable future because I am just having that much fun with this airplane.
System test okay.
You'll notice something different right off the bat there. We got the TOS system check. That's because we have the 750 now. We're going to dig into the 750 here in a minute. Let's just make sure everything else is completed. We're high idle, everything looks good. Our start is complete. I'm going to kind of work backwards now before I get to the 750. So now I'm going to go ahead and set our cruise altitude. We filed 26240. So let's go ahead and roll this up. We talked about the ECS panel yesterday. Our flight altitude is going to be 240, so we should pressurize right around 6,000 feet. We'll hit the magic barrel ref key too while I'm at it. We'll put fan only for right now because it's 74 degrees. I think that's fine. We'll kind of rock that down just a little bit. We'll put the fan in the auto position. The bleed is in auto, so our ECS panel is pretty much completed. While I'm looking at it here, I've got my clearance and I'm looking at the transponder, so let's put it in the box. The transponder squawk is 4702, 4702, and that's in standby. Beautiful. Now let's go into our GTN 750. We're going to program this together here real quick. Again, if you're trying to simulate a true corporate pilot experience, make sure you program this before your passengers show up. Save the flight plan. That way, as soon as you're ready to go right now, we could be taxiing off. But I wanted to program this together with y'all. V1 EO Kenevo. I like it, John. I like it. I like it. Would really like to see Blacksquare start including EFBs with their planes. Jeff, I said that earlier on the last stream. Yeah, that's one thing I wish they could implement, or maybe in the future, they could implement some type of EFB like, Milviz has done, or Blackbird Sim. They have a nice EFB tablet, pretty standard. So I would like to see that in the future, especially if not for the other Blacksquare, the analog aircraft, for their standalone. Like this one, I feel deserves a true nice little EFB just for weight and balance stuff. For anything else, I don't know, but it's not a deal breaker, but it would be nice. All right, here we go. Las Vegas. We're going to click on Las Vegas. We're going to load procedure because remember we're doing a IFR flight plan today, and we're going into typically a highly congested area. So I'm going to request 19er. The METAR in ATIS, though. Let me just see what the winds are. Winds are 180 at 11, gusts 19. Nice and windy today, so it's going to be a bumpy ride up over the mountains. So we're going to go off of I'm going to request 19er. I'm looking at my Navigraph app on the SAT. Yeah, an Atlantic, we should get 19er right, hopefully. That's kind of the private jet corporate area. 19er right on the radar 2 departure. Our clearance has us going out to the black transition, so we'll select black, and then we will load that. All right, now we can kind of scroll down here. After black, we're going to add a waypoint. From black, we pick up our flight plan, which is just one waypoint, real easy. It's Shatner, SHTNR. We'll load that in. We'll enter that, Southwest US. And now what we got to do is we're going to actually add the destination of KLAX. I'll enter this, and now I'm going to load a procedure. We're going to load a standard, we're going to load procedure arrival, and we're going to expect the Angel 4, and we're coming off of the Shatner transition, so let's move it down. You can click and drag. That's kind of like your finger dragging. I guess I should have just used that. Would have been easier. Shatner transition, load arrival, And now we've got all the arrivals in there, and it has the altitudes in there as well, just like loading a traditional FMS, whether it's your Boeing or your Airbus. It's very similar to that. The only thing that's really going to be different now is, remember, we are flying a traditional style airplane here. We do not have a VNAV capable autopilot. At least I don't believe we do, right? This thing can't do VNAV. No, we're going to have to do our own vertical navigation on this. But it should give us a profile, which should give us a diamond to follow and all that good stuff, which we're going to kind of mess around together, see if we can figure it out, because I haven't really messed around with the 750 too much, but I know it is capable of doing that, and that's what we're going to test today. So, didn't understand what Shatner had to do with it, then you said Angel, and now I get it. That man is a treasure. There you go. Hi all, quick question. Is the beta range available? Yes, it is. Or does it have that light beta that allows for no thrust for taxi? Mosto, I'll talk about that here in a minute. Let me get back to you. Let me finish the flight plan up. So our flight plan is in there. I'm going to come to the map page. I've got terrain already selected, which is good. We're going to put our CDI needle into GPS. All right, and we've got that loaded here. Now it's auto syncing. Perfect. Now I think it's going to wig out here just a little bit, because it doesn't really know where we are just yet. But hopefully this will, unless I keep it in RNAV. We're in GPS nav. We'll see what happens when we get out to the runway. Hopefully this will stabilize, because we're kind of off of course right now. So I'm going to just keep it on this until we get out to the runway. 19 right should be a quick, I'm not messing with it. Switch over, or quick taxi. So it is working properly. We'll take a look at it when we get out there, but I'm going to leave that page up right now. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. 19 right, super quick taxi. Our squawk code 4702. We're on the ground, we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and turn on altitude reporting, squawk altitude, and we're on the ground. It will automatically select that it is on the ground. So that's pretty neat. We don't have to manually change that over, courtesy of the GTN 750. And with that all done, let's come up top here. Let's finish the rest of our flow. Let's go back to a battery. We'll get off the GPU. We'll get our pitot heaters on. We don't need the inertial separator. We're going to go flaps to takeoff position. And we know it's windy and gusty. I'm going to do just a tad bit of rudder trim. So I was messing with this on that last stream. I know that's where the takeoff position is, but coming out of that takeoff rudder trim, I feel like it's too aggressive. I don't know if that's a Microsoft thing or what. So I like doing a little bit of my own rudder here. So we're not going all the way to the takeoff position on the trim, but that's what we've got set. We're in flaps takeoff. I think everything else looks good. I guess we can turn our panel lights on just a little bit here, because the sun still hasn't gone full bright. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Our cruise altitude 240, but it did give us a climb via SID, and the radar 2 via top altitude is 190. So let's go ahead and select 190, because we do have ATC on. 190 is selected for the top altitude on the SID. And 24.8, no, we need a contact 3555. Let's flip the radios over. So we're going to transfer. 3555 is in COM 1. We're on COM 1. And let's give them a call. We're over at Atlantic with information India. LA Center, good morning. TBM 357 Bravo Mike. We're at Atlantic and Las Vegas with information India. Ready taxi. I hope I didn't have
TBM 7 Bravo Mike, Roger, we're runway 19 right, via Foxtrot.
Taxi 19 right via Foxtrot, TBM 7 Bravo Mike. All right, here we go. Brakes are released. Taxi light is on. This is the one thing I just do not like about... Is there a way to spawn in and get rid of these default...
Southwest 132 Romeo, thanks for your patience, and welcome to Santa Barbara, exit left on Able, and then left on Alpha, cross running.
All right, so to the beta conversation... We're going to have to taxi over these guys here.
Then left on Alpha.
On the ground only, the TBM will automatically allow you into the beta range. So it is much easier to control. You can see here we're in beta on idle. This is kind of like flight idle. Now we're in beta, we're in taxi range. That's where you would be taxiing around in real life anyway. Now if you want to bind to reverse like I have, which I think is the best way to do it, when I pop my levers up, now I can use full reverse range, even more of that beta, because it kind of puts you in a light beta when you're on the ground. Once you're airborne, you're automatically prohibited from going into that ground fine position. So it really makes it easy to handle, and it makes it much more realistic to manipulate this TBM on the ground than some other turboprop aircraft. Now I did get my bindings to work with the Black Square King Air as well, so I think I've got it dialed the way I prefer, having reverse and beta on the hardware, and I'll have to go over that at a later time. But this is the way I prefer to bind it, and I really enjoy having that beta automatically on the ground when you're in idle, because it doesn't run away from you, and it's pretty nice. So, all right, let's run through everything else. We got suction here. We're not going to do an overspeed test, but everything looks good. Let's go radar position. That stab is off. That looks good. We're 73. Bleeds are on, and I think we're ready to go. Are you all ready? Let's get out of here. LA Center, TBM 7 Bravo Mike, home short 1 on our right, ready for departure.
TBM 7 Bravo Mike, roger, runway 19 right, cleared for takeoff.
19 right, cleared for takeoff, TBM 7 Bravo Mike. All right, so we're going to line up on the runway. We got our lights on. I'm going to try and direct to that GTN here, see if we can stabilize this direct to waypoint here. So let's go flight plan.
Good morning, Southwest, 2078 level 350 smooth. Southwest 2078, LA Center, good morning, squawk 5320. 5320, 2078.
Just trying to see why. Oh, here I am going way past the taxi. I'm trying to see if I can get this to flip around.
United 5344, LA Center, good morning, squawk 4655, 4655.
Theoretically, we should be all the way up here past the threshold.
Southwest 2078, you are radar
before
contact.
We get rolling. I'm trying to see if it will sequence this waypoint here. Oh, real close to it. Come on. Right now. Come on, sequence over. Be good.
United 5344, LA 10 radar contact. Descend via Disney 5 arrival. The John Wayne altimeter is 2986.
Roger, stand by Disney 5 arrival. United 5344.
Yep, sent you ages ago, sir.
How do I activate the leg?
Delta 1660, reach taxi to 19 left.
Delta 1660, roger, runway 26 right, taxi via Gulf Bravo. Yep,
all right, well, that's going to be a problem. We've got our CDI over here. Let's go ahead and see what happens.
Gulf and Bravo to holding point runway 19 left. Delta 1660.
So it's not flipping over. That might be a problematic here. We'll see. All right, prop is set. Power is set.
Frontier flight 2129, contact
airspeed's alive.
128.05. Delta 1106, runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie 4 Bravo.
Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Good, working that rudder trim out now as we start to accelerate.
About 8.3 for 13.
I'm going to go yaw damper on right away as we go over the, bring that rudder trim in.
30 for American 670.
Oh yeah, tap the brakes, I forgot McAllen. Steve-O move. Or 2.8, climbing flight level 190, TBM 7 Bravo Mike.
TBM 7 Bravo Mike, climb and maintain flight level 240, unrestricted.
Climb and maintain flight level 240, TBM 7 Bravo Mike. All right, so there is 140.
79.
Flaps are coming up.
A
A little bit of a nose drop. I'm gonna retrim. Maintain 140. No, I'm gonna try to go autopilot on here early because I gotta figure this nav out. We're gonna go heading. Autopilot. Nav. IS. Okay, so it's picked up nav. We're naving and flight level change 140-ish. We need to actually walk that back a little bit. That's all right. I'm okay going to 150 here in the climb out because we are in a jet environment. Let's verify our cabin is going to start to move here in a minute. I just wonder why. So this CDI is looking good. We're naving here. This CDI is what's having issues. Where are you going? Where are you going? No, 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 no.
LA Center, Blue Street 29.5, holding short, Bravo 1,
All right, we're
20,
nav
95,
IS.
Right at Bravo 1, clear for takeoff.
Getting back on route here.
26 right, Bravo 1, clear for takeoff, 29 minutes.
Delta 1660, holding point 19 left.
189 and 3 seconds. Let's see what happens after
Delta
Drew here.
1660,
It's
runway
following the
21
GTN, but we're having an issue right
runway
here.
traffic
Let's see
departing
here.
on the perpendicular.
GTN 750 V-Loc mode is
Check your
on.
squawk code, you're not squawking the right road. Do that now, please.
V-Loc mode is on the 750.
Delta 20,
We're following this.
1660, you're not squawking the same right code. If the squawk is 4715.
Yeah, sorry about that. Now we are walking.
Keep monitoring our airplane. Let's see what's going on here.
Oh, no problem.
No, I'm in the right mode. It's just it's the 7. This is why I don't love the 750 because I've had this before on other airplanes where it bugs out the HSI.
Delta 1268, contact SoCal approach 128.05.
Who is that for? One for us. All right, let's go ahead and let's continue flying. We're doing fine. We're in GPS mode, but it's just a little bugged. So we're going back on the prop just a tad. We're flaps up. Let's go 850 mode. Let's take full advantage of this in a busy airspace here. 850 mode. We'll go ahead and bring our torque up. So essentially, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing over here. This is just not matching up. If I go menu, no, let's go back. I was wondering if there was a way. This is the procedure list. I don't want that. Everything looks fine. Radar black. So our flight plan is good. What about if I go chart mode? Oh yeah, there we go. We don't need that right now. We already took off. Let's keep it in map mode. We're flying it just fine. Can you switch to GPS mid-flight? You can, but that can also cause issues. So the only thing what's not talking to each other is the HSI is not talking to the 750. However, the autopilot is flying the 750 profile. So we're good. We just have to pretend that maybe we've got a partial instrument failure over here, which that's fine. We're nav flight level change. We're at a 10. Let's go ahead and kill our lights. We're 12, climbing to 240, which we set, and just verify our pressuration. Yes, it is. We're looking good. So we're doing fine. We're doing just fine. We just have a little HSI bug, which it's good. Maybe we can iron this out before release. I'll send a message.
Arrival, the John Wayne, excuse me, the Lindbergh altimeter 2989. 2989.
I was wondering if I I switch this mode again, though, it's going to turn
Southwest
it
2078,
off.
descend the Ironman 2 arrival, the point blue, altimeter 2985.
How does that be the Iron Man Southwest 2020?
Look at our second HSI over here. V2, have you put the replay button on the other side of the keyboard? Yeah, pretty much. Good morning, Callie Simmer. Welcome. Callie Simmer, good morning. Welcome to the stream. We're doing a quick flight, taking our TBM into Los Angeles. We're going to see how she handles flying into a highly densely populated, high-speed airport. So, Flight of Live says with the HSI had the same thing with the King Air, only the flight director was right. Yeah. So the flight director is right. We're going to just have to ignore that. That might just be an unfortunate limitation right now. And again, this is the Payware TDS 750, and I just...
TBM 7 Bravo Mike for spacing. Turn left, heading 170 for now, and I'll get you back on for a short stay.
Left turn 170, TBM 7 Bravo Mike. All right, so we're going to go into heading mode. Because we can't space out here, apparently. Which is... What if I leave that in RNAV? Now I select heading. Yeah, see, I've had this where now it kind of messes a little bit with the flight director. But it says roll, but it's definitely following the heading. It is what it is. It's overcast in LA right now? Alright, Callie Simmer, hopefully we have to shoot an approach. Getting ready to go through 18 thou. I'm going to go ahead and lower my climb speed a little bit because we don't want to be bogging everybody down. We're pretty much max torque. We're getting ready to go through transition altitude. Let's hit the magic barrel ref key. 290902 is set. Heading of 170 for spacing. I love the TDS when all other nav issues existed. I love the TDS when all the other nav issues existed in Microsoft, but these days the native units do much better for myself. Kivo, yeah. The 530 is... it's more than capable of what the 750 can do. So you could do all these procedures and everything with the 750, with the 530. I just wanted to try the 750 because I have it, and I'm like, well, why not? Let's try it going into LA. It is a little bit more situational awareness for sure with the big screen, but
good morning.
That's why I can't, still in good faith, I still have a hard time recommending spending $75 for this Payware GPS unit when there's that free one that is pretty much just as good, less issues, and then the default units. I use the TDS a lot and have zeros. So Outer Marker, have you ever had this issue then? Because I've had this issue in pretty much every airplane that I've flown with the 750. See, yeah, it is the TDS GTN XI. The GTN XI is the one. All right, let's see if we can IS down a little bit here. We're going to increase our speed a little bit. All right, so you can see our cabin is pretty much maxing out here. It should pressurize about 6,000 feet. Pitch a little bit here. I don't see this with the PMS. The PMS is the free one though. Yeah, Team Vodka. I did update. I updated it yesterday. I updated the TDS, so I'm on the latest TDS version. I use the other GTN 750 by PMS, and it seems to work bug-free. Integrates well with the other avionics. Yes, I was using the PMS for a while, and then Phantom 320 is the one that convinced me. He's like, hey, you got to try the Payware one because you get all these extra charts and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, that looks cool. And then meh. It's not necessary, But we're still, look at our performance right now. 1,400 feet a minute, 160 knots at a 22.3. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Mork, it's the HSI is not talking to the TDS. So the airplane is flying the correct profile, but the HSI is not picking it up. I haven't had a lot of problems with TVS, but you have to keep checking for updates as it doesn't auto-update anything, I know. I have the payware of the PMS, so I get the charts and stuff too. Really, AJ? PMS with license gives you SimBrief and Navigraph plus weather? Maybe I went the wrong direction then.
Redwood 146, contact SoCal coach 128.05.
The PMS version is very emotional and unreasonable. Oh, Keith, you're going to get us in trouble. Happy Saturday, V1 in chat. So is TBM a derivative of Meridian and Malibu? If a Meridian and Malibu had a baby, I would say it's a TBM, yeah.
Over said Bravo Mike, our apologies. We need to pull you away from this Angel arrivals for jets only. I can give you a reroute advisory to copy.
Okay, we're ready to copy TBM 7 Bravo Mike.
TBM 7 Bravo Mike, thanks very much. You're cleared to Los Angeles Airport via radar vectors Palmdale, Papa, Mike Delta, Kimo 2 arrival. Maintain flight level 240.
All right, clear to Los Angeles via radar vectors Palmdale, Kimo 2, flight level 240 for TBM 7 Bravo Mike.
TBM 7 Bravo Mike, read back correct. You can expect direct Palmdale in 10 miles.
Copy that, TBM 7 Bravo Mike, thanks. All right, so let's aviate first. We're going to aviate. We need to go ahead and bring our power back a little bit. Let's maintain about 100% torque, because we want to fly fast if we can. Let's bring that prop down.
November 7th,
1900.
TBM 7 Bravo Mike, turn right. Right turn direct Palmdale now.
Right turn direct Palmdale. Can I get a quick heading before I get that loaded in here for TBM 7 Bravo Mike?
You bet. Turn right. Right turn heading 220 when able. Clear direct Palmdale.
220 when able direct Palmdale, TBM 7 Bravo Mike. So this is a perfect example of getting, you know, we're getting multiple instructions from ATC here. I haven't loaded in Palmdale yet, so let's get it loaded now, and then we can go direct too. So we're on the right heading. So we're going to go back to our flight plan page here. Let's go back. Let's go flight plan. And what we can do is we're actually going to go Angel 4, and we're going to remove arrival, and then we're going to go back to, we're going to actually remove this too, okay, and then we're going to go, where I'm just going to insert after because it's not there yet, PMD, we're going to enter that, Palmdale, California, and then we're going to select PMD, and we're going to go direct to PMD, we're going to activate that, and with that activated, let's select nav mode. Now we're navving direct to Palmdale. Now we need to go back to our flight plan. I keep hitting the wrong button. We're going to go back to our flight plan.
Roger.
We're going to load up the new arrival.
Direct LA.
We're going to go here, load procedure, and now the fruit flies are out again. We're going to go load procedure, and we're going to go arrival for the, what do you say, Kimo 3 arrival off of Palmdale. Let's go ahead and load that arrival. And now we can see we've got the whole arrival in there. Good to go. So let's go back to here. Let's go back. Map page is on. No. Need you to nav to Palmdale.
Delta 1660, thanks for your patience for metering into Los Angeles, runway 19 left, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, this is giving me issues. Definitely giving me issues.
Delta 1106, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Redirect it. Alright, now we're redirecting. Should nav. Now we're navving.
I amended your altitude to 190.
Alright, now we're going direct Palmdale.
Maintain flight level 220, please.
Alright, we're going direct Palmdale. GPS HSI is borked. That's fine. And if I put it in RNAV, I think it's trying to RNAV off the KNS 80 over here, which is, you know, we don't have programs, so I think that might be why it's running a turn rate. But we're nav, we're altitude hold 240, 1900. Airplane is looking good. We're pressurized, and we're on way to Palmdale. So with that done, now let's go ahead and get back to the chat. It's very busy up there, but you can do it. What do we got here? Who to start? Havoc started this out here, gifting 10 memberships to the channel. Havoc, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for 10 gifted subs. It's very kind of you. If you guys picked up a membership from Havoc, make sure you shout him out. Say thank you. Thank you, Havoc, for the continued support, my friend. I appreciate that. What else did I miss? Crazy Flyer coming in with a membership milestone chat. Loving the turboprop flying. You and me both, my friend. You and me both. As stressful as it is to stream it and try to keep up with the chat and fly a turboprop in Los Angeles airspace, 100% worth it. 10 times more fun than flying an Airbus any day of the week and twice on Saturday. But thanks for the support. Dom Pellegrino.
You good to go direct Palmdale?
Oh, we never reported it. I'm sorry. Yes, we're direct Palmdale right now. TBM 7 Bravo Mike.
TBM 7 Bravo Mike. Thank you.
Yeah, so I forgot to report on course direct.
Dom
Pellegrino with a $20 super chat. Dom, I appreciate you very much. Says, I'm glad to see you again, dude. Loving seeing you fly at TBM. Personally, just finished all my night flights and confined area landings in the V-22 Osprey. And I've got my NATOPS pre-check and check right next week. Dom, that is absolutely fantastic, man. Well, thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Massive $20 super chat. I guess, you know, the TBM is a turboprop. I guess the Osprey is kind of a turboprop, right? Turboprop helicopter.
And the biggest altimeter is 29.
Appreciate you, Dom. Thanks for the support. That sounds very exciting. Best of luck on your check ride, my friend. I'm sure you're going to absolutely crush it. Thanks for the support, Dom. Brad Samuels coming in with a milestone chat, or actually joining the channel. Brad, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Welcome to Private Pilot! Exclamation point welcome for your new perks here on the channel. And Arlen McAdory. I was going to wait for the PC-12, but wow. Hey, Arlen. I'll be honest with you. I'm probably going to get the PC-12 as well, just because I'm a sucker for turboprops. But I'm having a hard time. I don't know. It's got something to live up to. There's something to that PC-12 has got a bar to meet. If it doesn't meet that bar, I'll be disappointed because I'm having a lot of fun with this. What is the ground speed at 240? Our ground speed right now is, I wonder if I can pick it up off of this here. Let's go here, nav. Because our HSI is not working. Our TAS is 295. Heading, position. Wait, go up. Ground speed, 249 knots. We're doing 250 knots over the ground right now. And we're not even cooking it. We're at 98 torque, 1900 RPM. What's our fuel flow? We are probably burning some good fuel right now. We're at 53.6, so we could move it up. Let's see if we can bump it up a little bit. Well, let's waste some gas. Let's see if we can get some more juice out of it. Let's go 110 on the torque. We're still green. We're 850 moding. 60 gallons per hour now, just about 59.4. Lower left of Gen, of the GTN. Yeah, that has it as well. 252 over here. So we're looking good. We're finally stabilized. We're rock and roll. Turboprop, turbo shaft, same difference. Exactly, Dom. Exactly, right? Can we expect this airplane within a month? I would say so, yes. But again, I have no, I don't know. Going to be a lot of PT6 flying this year. Hopefully SWS can figure out a way to handle beta controls as well. Yes, I think, Arlen, honestly, the best compromise is what Black Square has done, and that is when you're on the ground, it will only, that is when it lets you into the automatic taxi or beta range, because it just, if you don't have a reverse on axis, it's just going to cause issues, and I don't think many people do. But even if you do have reverse on the same axis, you'll still be able to set it up that way with this preferred method. And then all it is one button binding to put you into the actual reverse detent. You go full beta, then into reverse. So I think it works out pretty good. TBM is cool, but the turbine Suburban will always be my favorite. What's that? The Caravan? More important private pilot.
Reckon 672.
Not to mention a foo-foo. No mention of foo-foo drink today. Havoc. Well, that's because I'm trying to keep the fruit flies out of my foo-foo drink right now. I got my PSL. Pumpkin spice latte, man. Of course, dude. Of course. Can't start a stream without it. Right now we're doing 200 indicated. Love it. And we're cooking now. We're cooking with gas. Are you flying the Tampa event tonight? No, I'm not. I'm watching football. I'm actually, I want to get back I want to see the Colorado Buffaloes and USC here, so we gotta hurry this up.
Contact SoCal approach 128.05. SoCal, Southwest 2078, good day. Delta 1660, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climbing to 280, 160.
All right. Finally all caught up. What else did I miss? I think we're good. Scope buffs are going to get destroyed today. I don't know, man. I feel like today's a game where they could show out. We'll see. We'll see.
194, thanks for the appreciation.
I can highly recommend the pumpkin spice frosty. Who makes that?
Thank you, sir. United 1172 LA Center, are you up?
Let's go SC. Oh, Callie Simmer in the house. Yeah, she's gonna be a USC fan though. That's the problem. Where's our Colorado Buffalo fans at? It's gonna be a throwdown in the chat.
06 Angel 4 arrival, Ontario altimeter.
Steven, I know. That Oregon game last week was pretty wild, man. That locker room speech, like they're playing for clicks, we're playing for wins. That was that's pretty aggressive. All right, message, airspace entry in less than 10 minutes, which is good. We're already on control. There you can see our flight plan. Gosh, I love that. I mean, I do love the situational awareness of the 750. It's just unfortunate that getting a little bit of a bug there on the HSI. Now, I have used a 750 in real life. I've used it probably less than 10 hours. We had one when I was training on the at my freight operator. At the HQ, they had one old Beech 99. It was like a model. So it was like think of a King Air 200 unpressurized but old AF, but they put a GTN 750 in it. And of course it was in the it was at the HQ because the management pilots want to fly it. And I flew it around for a little bit on my training, and I'm going to be straight honest with you, I didn't enjoy it. It's too. The concept is nice, and I think it's probably better for simming than it is for real life, because dealing with flying the airplane and having to touch the screens at the same time, and then the screens getting dirty and smudged, it's just, and then throw in turbulence. I did not enjoy it. I am not a real world 750 enjoyer, but again, I have less than 10 hours on it. But I think it's a great sim GPS because it makes it real easy to manipulate. The interface is pretty good, but when you're actually trying to do that while flying, there's nowhere to like place your hand, like rest your hand so you could use accurate presses with your thumb. I don't know. Brad Samuels, appreciate the $2 super chat, my friend. That is your first super chat of the channel. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. And I see you have a membership badge next to you as well. So welcome to the channel. Glad to have you on board Team Green here. I enjoyed this GTN 650 PPL stuff. Great for situational awareness. How is the 650? Is it basically the same thing? I'm not familiar with the 650. It's sometimes tricky in turbulence, but other than that, I love it. Like you said, the situational awareness is unmatched. Yeah, it is. The situation, yeah, you can't unmatch the situational awareness. There's no way around it. Like, would I be mad if I bought an airplane with a 750 in it? No, no way. And I would prefer, even with what I said about it being kind of finicky to handle in the airplane, in my experience, if I had an option between, hey, buy an airplane with a 530 or a 750, you could bet I'm going to take the one with the 750. I'll deal with the accidental swiping of the screens and trying to keep the screens clean. Trying to get this fly, man. Someone's got to have some fruit somewhere in this office building. The thing is, I come in here, and I don't see any sign of them. And then after I sit around here for a while, they all start coming out. Oh, it's just a little bit smaller? All right. I'd rather touch than fiddle with knobs on the 530. I agree. Oh, wow. Our windscreen is icing up, guys. Look at this. We're in icing conditions. Let's go inertial separator on. Windshield heats on. And let's go prop de-ice on as well. We are in icing conditions. We got to pay attention to that. There we go. It's going to start clearing it up right away. That was interesting. Steven, I haven't yet, but I will. We've tried it at home. I know that works, so we'll try it. I just have to remember to bring some. All right, there's our inertial separator light. The inert sep is on. We're 240. We got our ice on. Everything but the airframe de-ice. I don't see any indication that we are picking up airframe icing right now. Without a visual indicator of icing, you have to look for other indicators of airframe icing. That's going to be most noticeably, you're going to see your airspeed. There's going to be two things that happen. Number one, you'll maintain airspeed if you got the power, but you're going to notice your AOA is going to start to increase. Once your AOA keeps increasing, now your airspeed is probably going to start to drop off, depending on how much ice we're actually accumulating. So right now, everything is normal, though. We're pretty much a level pitch. We're maintaining a solid speed. I don't have any indications of airframe de-icing, so we don't need to turn it on. But I will do prop and the windshield heats, and the pitos are always heated, right? So, and anytime you do get an icing condition, we've got to throw on that inertial separator. We're kind of flying right under that layer there, which, I mean, this is a good point to make. I mean, in jets, you're going to get up above most of the icing conditions, most of the weather. Flying turboprops, 240, mid to low 20s, you are pretty much going to be in the meatiest part of all the inclement weather, whether it's icing, thunderstorms, convective activity. So you really got to start paying attention when you start flying these low-level routes in a turboprop. But right now, it looks like everything is stabilized. We're looking good right now, so we'll just enjoy some of the views here. Matty Ayla, thank you for the $4 super chat. Appreciate you. When is this available? I am not at liberty to discuss a release date, but I can say it's not going to be in the month of September. It is not going to release in the month of September. How's that? But it will release soon. Unless there's any, some other bugs that they find. Now, I may mention this to Black Square just to see. I'm not blaming Black Square right now on this. This could be a user issue. I have noticed, and this might be a good thing to test. So I loaded in originally with my 530, and then I swapped it to the 750. When I swap units, that's when problems arise. So I think I'll have to test this off stream. What I'll probably do is I'll have to load in, make sure it's set on 750, exit the flight, then reload in so the 750 is already loaded in, and then I bet you it'll work. I think it'll work that way. I think it's when you start to switch the configuration around in the flight that it starts to get a little funky on you. The 750 is, Dennis, it's not included. This is the payware version of the 750, but there is a freeware version, and it is compatible with the click of the switch. So if you have the freeware 750, you can load it in, and you can toggle between the 750, the 530, which is included, and then the KNS 80. AJ Funari, thank you for the $3 super chat, my friend. No flies around until you take off your shoes, huh? No, AJ, thanks for this super chat, man. No, I actually kept my shoes on today. I'm using, I have my tennis shoes on, and I've got, my chair is secured
TBM
by
7 Bravo Mike,
screwdriver.
Cross Boggett at maintain 8,000, LA altimeter 2987.
Cross Boggett and maintain 8,000, TBM 7 Bravo Mike. All right, so let's go ahead and get to work here. 8,000 is set. Let's zoom back in here. Let's go to our flight plan page. So I gotta get rid of this message. I know, airspace alert. Boggett, he wants us to cross it at 8,000. So let's go here. Let's select 8,000 feet. And we're going ahead and hit enter at 8,000. Now you could do a VNAV direct too. I wonder, I don't want to do that just yet. All right, so we'll save that. Boggett is at 8,000 feet.
Contact, Squawk 4637.
So let's do some mental math to back up what we need to do here. So if we take 24 minus 8, that's 16 times 3, that's 48 miles. 48 miles from Boggett, we should start down. And we're 78 from Palmdale. And Boggett is, let's call it 12 from Palmdale. So if we're 48 miles for top of descent, we're going to minus 12 miles because it's after Palmdale. So 36 miles from Palmdale is when we should start down. Let's make it easy, and let's just say we're going to start down at 40 miles from Palmdale. We'll start down, and then we'll see what kind of VNAV profile this will come up with here. Now, it's unfortunate that it's not actually populating here, because I know that it's capable of doing that. But let's take a look at some of our charts here. This is our airport diagram for Los Angeles. Let's look at arrivals. This is our arrival. That's oh, this is the Angel. We're not on the Angel though. We got to switch it to the Chemo. Here is the Chemo 3. This is what we've got coming down the arrival. But we're coming off of the Palmdale transition. Bog it at 8,000. Vertical planning navigation. Expect 8,000, which we can do that. And then we're probably going to get radar vectors in there. Now for approaches, where do we want to, actually, can we pick up LA ATIS? I can pick it up over here. Foxtrot, 240 at 6. Are they landing? Yeah, they're landing 2-4s. 2-4 right, 6 left, close.
LA Center, good morning. Speedbird 272 Heavy, 1,000.
So the question is,
12,300.
where do we want to park this sucker at? Actually, let's go back. Let's go information. West Hangar. Where are we going to park at? Where is like the corporate side? Is there any where's like a corporate jet center? I know the south paths have some stuff. Is it over here? ICC. So we want to land 25 left. Make the G5 turn off and go right over to ICC. Is that where we want to go? I need to find out. I think that would be the best place to go. So let's plan on approaches for 25 left.
United 2112 Los Angeles Center, Squawk 4736.
ILS or localizer 25 left. Now, if we go information, actually, let's. Isn't there a way to get the weather? Let's go weather.
1106, contact SoCal approach.
Oh, this is radar.
8.05.
There's nothing to show right now, I don't think.
Returning 194, new wheels up time 1607.
Wheels up time.
1607, phase 1.
So let's do a little self-test. Let's just put that in standby. We don't need it. How far are we? It says FBO southeast of 25 left. Thanks, Cam. That's where we're going to park then. No, Chris, we're flying into the INI LAX. Southside Atlantic is off of Alpha 6. Signature is Alpha 5. Ooh, Signature's got better cookies. Let's go there. So, where is,
Send me a Hollywood 1 arrival.
I know there's a way to pull the ATIS off of here. Is there not a way to pull the ATIS? I know there's a way to pull the ATIS off of here. So we're going to go Alpha 5. Alpha 5 to... Oh, yeah, there's the FBO right there. I see it. I see it. I see it. Thank you. Thank you.
Center, good morning. Rocketeer 70.
Atlantic Jet A is 25. Oh, Atlantic Jet A is cheaper? Maybe we might have to go there. Speaking of fuel, how we looking? Let's go ahead and bring our... We're cooking a lot of gas here with the air inert SEP. Let's go ahead and... Let's get back down to about 55 on the gallons per hour. Oh, it's in the flight plan, AJ? That's a great spot for it. Let's come over here. Let's go flight plan. LA. Weather. Nope. View charts. Waypoint info. Ah. Super intuitive. Nah, that's actually super lame. If that's the only way to find METAR, then Garmin needs to hire someone else. That's terrible. Worst thing I've ever done in my life. Just kidding. Rocketeer, that's someone PVA. All right, METAR, LAX, what do we got here? 250 at 6. This jives with what we saw on, I can see on VATSIM. Gas is $7 a gallon there, Cam. Jeez. Right now, winds are out of the west 10 miles, scattered at 16, so we'll definitely shoot an approach down. And what I'm going to do is, we're not going to do the RNAV. I want to do the ILS because I'm going to go back into hard tuning. Since we're having a little crosstalk conflict, where once we get vectored to the approach, we'll go green needles. That way we can fly our own instruments and trust our own instruments instead of relying on this. Cheap gas compared to Europe. Actually, Europe, jet fuel in Europe is super cheap, right? It's the car gas in Europe that's crazy.
12,000. The Los Angeles altimeter is 2987.
Juan, I believe I'm using 11. I think I've always used 11.
12,000, Rocketeer 70.
I believe I've always used 11. All right, so we know what we're doing. We know what we're planning. Actually, real quick before we finish what we're planning, let's go back to approaches. Let's get these ready to go here. I want to select the 25 left approach. I'll select it again here real quick. ILS 25 left, the normal category, 25 left ILS. That's the chart I want. And let's zoom in. Let's get some information in the standby ready to go here. So it looks like our load course is going to be 109.9. I'm actually gonna load that up right now. 109.9 is set, and our final approach course is going to be 251. So I'm gonna use all the tools I have available with me here. As a reminder, I'm gonna set the first officer's HSI to 251, and I can set nav to standby to 109.5 as well. 109.5. We'll enter that, and we're actually not using it, so let's transfer it over. 109.5 is set, and we can, since we're not really, well, we can't move course because we're in this funky mode. But there we go. That is all good to go. Let's go ahead and clear out of this. Let's go ahead and put the flight plan back up. We're 48 miles. We said at 40 miles we were going to start down. So let's come back to map mode, and we're looking good. Captain Icelander,
Alaska 1290, contact
1500 ISK. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for that donation, and thank you for the super chat. It says, exactly like in real world, how do you know where to park after landing? So Captain Icelander, so from my experience as a corporate pilot, flying corporate jets, we would always base it off of the needs of the customer. Now, when I flew, I was Part 91, so everything was on me. Everything was on the pilot, whether it be rental car, any type of transportation for the passengers, and then on top of that, it's just what we're looking at. What is fuel? So where's the best place we can get fuel? What about landing fees? If you go to this FBO, maybe they'll waive your landing fee if you buy X amount of pounds of Jet A or whatever it is that you're buying. So you look at all those things, and there are tools online for real world pilots that will tell you, hey, this is what everybody's using, this is the best deals. You can go to like all the in the FBO websites that tell you, hey, go to this one here, go to this one here if you're at this airport because they have a better deal on this, or you get free hangar parking if you go over here. So you find out online, or by the old school way, just calling, saying, hey, what's your gas over there, what's your gas over here, and that's literally the way you find which FBO you're going to. Oh, here we go, vertical track, TOD in 1 minute. So unfortunately we don't have a display here. That's kind of sucks, but let's see what happens here in TOD at 1 minute. What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna, it won't VNAV us down, but I wonder if it's gonna display a vertical track here. We'll just go IAS hold, or we'll vertical speed it. We'll have to see what happens, but it's picked up the vertical track. We know we need to start down soon, and we are looking good. Loc is 109.9. What did I put in there? 109.5. Oh, thank you. 1099, enter, transfer, boom. 1099 is now active on 1 and active on 2. Final approach course will be 251. The barrel, we can do DH set is going to be 200, so that's good. We'll go ahead and leave that normal. A standard barrel.
128.0.
I'm pretty sure we're at TOD right now. Just about. So we said 40 miles. And it's basically right there. So we hit TOD. Unfortunately, we don't have a vertical track to follow, though. But here we go. Let's go ahead and bring the power back. And now she's going to nose on over. And we're in radar environment, so we don't need to let ATC know, but you could, technically. LA Center, TBM 7 Bravo Mike, we're vacating 240 to cross bog at 8,000.
7 Bravo Mike, roger, thank you.
So technically that radio call is not required, but we're flying a prop into jet airspace. and it's just going to remind them, hey, we're here, don't forget about me. But this is cool. I mean, it's really unfortunate that we're dealing with this little bug right now, because this airplane, we're taking it into one of the busiest airspaces on the planet, Southern California. And it's doing just a fine job. We even have a vertical track alert. Everything is doing, we're totally capable. We're over 200 knots on the descent. Our ground speed right now is 234. So it's a very, very capable airplane. Trump 7.5 is at Atlantic right now in LA, Cam? Jeez. Callie, you scored already? Oh no. Let me pull up the scores. That's right, the game started here. Let's see. Let's go, let me pull up my, I want to say the Florida-Kentucky game. Let's go Gators, come on. Northwestern's up 3 points over Penn State, jeez. USC, Colorado. Callie Simmer, it's going to be a good one. Captain Icelander, no worries. It may sound kind of silly, but yeah, we based off all the little factors. How much is fuel? Sometimes, Icelander, I would go to an FBO just because they had better cookies. When all things are equal, you got to pick the little things. Well, I know this one has free snacks, or I like this pilot lounge better, and it's the same fuel price as the other FBO, so we're going to go to this one. There can be some very interesting deciding factors when you're choosing FBOs. 750 has VNAV, tells you FPM needed. Let's see, Fireflyer. All right, so let me find where can I find the VNAV page? Flight plan. You would think it would be under flight plan. VNAV. Here we go. VNAV is enabled. Here we go. Flight path. The target vertical speed is 1214. Required is 1220. That's what we're doing, right? It's 1220. This is awesome. So we could actually select. Let's pull for vertical and select 1,200 feet per minute. Engage. Vertical speed and 1,200 feet per minute is engaged. Now he said cross it at 8, so let's go down an extra 100 feet per minute faster so we can be ahead of the game. So there we go. We're using vertical speed now to target our flight path angle at 3 degrees. That's pretty cool. We're 30 feet off. Well, we're ahead of the game by 30 feet. My brother is a Gator. His wife is a Knoll, a house divided. Yes, indeed. That's an interesting house divided right there. Knolls and Gators. That can get aggressive. The first time I went out west with a PC-12 for work was into LAX. They told us to maintain max forward speed as long as possible. It was a lot easier than O'Hare. O'Hare is the worst Bravo I've been to. So what we're going to do, I think it was one of Steve-O's videos where he flew, we're going to fly this approach at, we're going to land within the flaps in the takeoff position. We're not going to use landing flaps. We're going to try to stay fast all the way. And then at the very end, we'll just chop it, try to touch it down. Or, we could go. I'm trying to think, because that Alpha 5, Alpha 6 taxiway is pretty quick. So I'm kind of debating here, would it be better to just go full flaps, slow down, and make that first taxiway, or keep our speed up and then get off as soon as possible? We'll just keep our speed up. LA is going to want us to keep our speed up. So we're going to, our landing flaps are going to be approach flap setting. We're going to be fast, like 120-ish, as long as we can hold 120. And then right around 500 feet, we'll try to stable it out and get to about 80, 90 knots for touchdown. Spaceship One, I passed my 320 LOE today. Time to relax and watch you fly that TBM. Looking forward to trying Spaceship One. That is fantastic, man. Congratulations. And enjoy some TBM. It's a lot different than the Airbus, that's for sure.
Yeah, I actually have to give you a new
that's fantastic news,
now.
man.
This arrival does not work for your aircraft type.
Who got screwed on that? Is that Rocketeer? So I also made a mistake. That's one thing you want to take note is if you're going to be flying your TBM or your PC-12 or any turboprop into these airspaces that are extremely busy, pretty much any Bravo airspace,
Lima.
you need to verify the arrival that you're using and or departure is not a jets only. So I selected whatever SimBrief gave me, and I looked at the radar too, which we could do out of Vegas, but I didn't look at the Angel 4. I'm familiar with it. I fly it all the time in real life, but there's a note on the Angel 4 arrival that says jets only. So when you do take your turboprop into Class Bravos and Charlies, make sure you are double checking both the SID and the star, that you don't have that note on there that's limiting you for jets only. Now, if you do, you'll see what ATC did, just reroute you in flight, but try to do your due diligence and make sure you have the proper arrival filed. Look at that.
Look at this, please. Make it club 360.
Okay, copy. Go Lima Echo November.
We're painting a few little cells out there right now. There's some green out there. Picking up just a little bit of precip. We'll keep the inert SEP on all the way down.
American 437, no, it's not climbing, maintain flight 330. 330, American 437.
Put the localizer in the KNS nav.
Send the Angel 4 arrival, Ontario altimeter 2988. Send me Angel 47.
Vertical speed 1100, required 1,000 feet. Time to bottom is 6 minutes, or 500 feet ahead of plan here. Good deal.
Runway 26 right, taxi via Charlie 4 Bravo.
We are looking good. 5 miles ahead of the game here. About 20 miles to Bogut intersection. Let's bring up our map.
United 2650 at Vegas, request clearance to LAX.
2650, clear, check.
Center Southwest 409's spot 11.
Going by the day one, it hasn't released yet. Correct, Abigail? Not yet.
Sorry, Southwest 409, runway 26 right, taxi.
Now V1 can experience how I felt bringing a DC-6 into Wellington.
Bravo 5
Oh,
Bravo,
man.
Southwest 409.
That was funny. I remember that.
Check 501,
Take the jet 501, pilot discussion, maintain 50210.
sending 210, check 501.
Heading indicator needle Tourette syndrome. Oh,
Departure November 90300.
there you go. Thank you, Captain Icelander, for the super chat there. 300 ISK, 300 Icelandic Krones. Is that what that is? Appreciate you. Terrain is on, airways, traffic, everything is on there. All right, good. I'm curious if I go back. No, not terrain. Weather. Radar. I know I don't want. What if I want the Sirius? Can I get Sirius XM radar?
Roger, stand by.
Looks like there's nothing there. Let's zoom it out. Dude, you turn right 60 degrees, not gonna happen. I wish there was a way to weed out the jet stuff in Navigraph when choosing SID star. Kevo, that's a great idea, like a filter option. Let's go ahead and hit Magic Barrel ref key. We're 29084, 11.7, getting ready to go through 10,000 feet. I wonder, do I have to manually tilt this here? How do I get rid of this red and yellow square? Oh wow, look at that. You can have vertical. I mean, this is pretty neat. No lie, this is pretty neat. But we don't really need it. Let's just go back to standby. I don't want it taking frames if it does take frames. We'll go back to map mode. Getting ready to go over Palmdale. I like how it loads the Palmdale Airport chart. That's pretty cool. All right, 10.7 for 6. We'll get our, or for 8, let's get our lights on. We're in pulse mode. Everything is looking good. TDS weather is in up. Oh. Can you change the tail number? Yes, Mickey G. Yeah, you can change the tail number. It will, yeah, this is not a stock tail number. I put this on here. You just do it on the, on your Microsoft menu, like how you would normally, customize it, call sign and all that. And there's also a spot in the manual, which I haven't messed with yet. I might actually, but you can change. It shows you how to do it in the manual. There's like just one little code you can change, and then it will move where the tail number is. From here, I think you can put it up here. I think you can like move it up here, so then you free this space up for logos or whatever you want to do. But yeah, the tail number changes with the Microsoft menu. Jeez. 9.4, 9.5 for 8,000.
November 9300 Bravo, ready to taxi.
It's almost as fast as jet. It's as fast as some jets. What is a Honda jet? Probably is slower than this thing. Right? Not the Honda jet. The Cirrus Vision jet, maybe. Citation Mustang, maybe. I don't know. It's probably close to. Maybe not as fast, but close to. All right, there's our altitude alert. Let's go ahead and bump up the speed here since we're leveling off. Let's go ahead and juice up the torque. We'll try to maintain about 200 knots or so.
November 00 Bravo, Roger, standby.
I like using ForeFlight for all my GA planes. Has weather? Yeah, ForeFlight's is a great program. I use that quite a bit. We still use it it's a backup, so it's an official backup to our Jeppesen in the airline. So if our JEP app were to go down for any reason, we have a full-blown ForeFlight.
2691 with 26 right,
All right, leveling 8,000 feet. Re-magic barrel refit here. We're definitely in icing conditions, so I'm going to go ahead and keep the airframe ice on now.
Left and wait, 26 right, Southwest 409.
Oh, we never reset our...
Morning, Mr. Chef.
Bell 1660 contact tower, what is your 195?
130.95.
I'm going to start descending the cabin now. Don't forget to do that on top of descent. Winds get a bit bouncy at 600. Excellent, green dot.
Circus cleared island, probably 25 left approach. Circus cleared island.
All right, maintaining about 200 knots. I don't know why we leveled off at 8,000.
Alright, Center Southwest 245, good morning, inbound you, 2560.
That's 1290, cleared land number 8.
LA Center, good morning, Southwest 1108.
It's weird.
Foxtrot ready to taxi IFR.
Leveled at 8160.
1108, runway 15.
That's all right.
Taxiing it out.
RC Flyer, member for 18 months. I appreciate your support. It says, good afternoon, viewing. How's TBM treating you? I'll take an In-N-Out and animal style with a vanilla shake. RC Flyer, that sounds pretty amazing right about now, dude. Pretty amazing right about now. I'll get 2 of those coming up. You fly much in the John Wayne? I have, Chris. Yeah. In real life, right now, not much. I try to just do turns, and we don't really do turns to John Wayne. But I have quite a bit, yeah. USC is up 7-0. Yeah, Andre Kelly Simmer stopped by the chat to mention that right when they scored. Pretty sweet views though coming in here into California, man. Absolutely love it. Will also be a good frames test too, going into INI LAX with VATSIM traffic.
LA Center, Rocketeer 70, crossing SAD.
Abigail, thank you for joining the channel, becoming a private pilot member here of the V1 HQ. Very kind of you. Thank you for joining the channel. Exclamation point, welcome for your new perks here. Have you gotten your feet wet in the A321neo yet? Maybe.
24 left approach, thank you. Rocketeer 70.
I flew the Cessna or Flight Simulator 414 has the same issue with TDS. Yes, if you want 8,000, got a Cessna 78. It might be the same bug. Sangino 88, very interesting. I remember that. I have the 414 as well.
Cleared for the ILS runway 24 left approach.
I have the 414 as well, and I remember that now.
Cleared ILS
Let's go ahead and set 7.8. We'll come down to 8,000.
On the 450 heavy.
It's got to be a TDS issue. I'm going to level right at 8,000 here. So let's come down 200 feet. Just watching you and the Colorado USC game. I know, RC Flyer. I thought that game was going to start at 3. So
radar contact, climb maintain, flight level 280. 280
we're going to hurry up and land so I can get home. Fire up the smoker. Going to do some tri-tip today.
26 right, clear for takeoff, Southwest 409.
All right, in the turn off of Chemo. That's going to take us to Darts. And then basically put us on a vector for LAX.
I don't know what that is. Turn left heading 180.
All right, it's time to pay attention, chat. We got our lights on. Everything's looking juicy here. Oh, do y'all need some lights back there? There you go. Don't mind us as we enter out of the clouds here. 200 knots. We're on speed about, well, I'm actually doing 210. That's even better. Torques are good. Fuel flows are good. Burning a lot of gas, though. We're getting tighter on gas. We're pretty much ready to go for the approach here. As soon as we get radar vectors, we're going to branch off of the TDS. We're going to load up our green needles. 109.9 is set in nav 1, set in nav 2. Final approach course will be 251. DH is 200 feet. We've got it set right here. You can see 200 on the DH. We can also set our rad out on the standby to 200 feet as well. Go ahead, TBM 357 Bravo Mike.
357 Bravo Mike, expect vectors ILS from the 25 left approach.
We'll expect the vectors ILS 25 with approach, TBM 7 Bravo Mike.
Or 2038 at 5,000. 2038 with a contact.
RC Flyer gifting 5 more memberships to the channel. RC Flyer, very kind of you, sir. Thank you for gifting those memberships. If y'all picked up a membership from RC Flyer, make sure you say thank you. It looks like Lauren V2500. Lauren, sorry I couldn't get to the event last night. Oh. Current heading, descend and maintain at 7,000. TBM 7 Bravo Mike. 7,000 is set. IS is set. Let's go ahead and come on down.
245 radar contact, flight level 320, descend with the Lucky 1 arrival. Expect the
I forgot, Lauren, that I had a bunch of sod I needed to lay for the bunnies because I had to bring the trailer back this morning, so unfortunately I couldn't do it. All right, present heading. So I'm going to select heading. Now we're going to get off of this. I'm going to go VOR1, VOR2, VOR1. I want that.
IFR.
We're in VLOC mode, so I can get rid of you. All right, now we're looking good. We're going to set 251 as the approach course. LOC 1, 20.8. We're on a heading to join. We're looking good now. 7.3 for 7,000. Alert steps are on.
Rocketeer 70.
Let's do it. It's overcast out my window here in Irvine, Orange County. Imagine coastal LA the same. Nice. Got the good weather then.
Full length via Bravo.
We don't need bearing pointers.
1678. Super, expect vectors ILS from the 25
A super? Landing 2.5?
I'm
I'm going to try my best to maintain 200 knots here as long as we can. Double check our pressurization. That's set to sea level. Cabin temps are good. Our ices are on. Everything is looking good. We're leveling, and we're in heading mode even though it says roll mode. That's where it's going to get busy. Cam, gifting 5 more memberships to the channel. Cam, appreciate the support, my friend. Thank you for getting 5 more memberships to the channel here. Very kind of you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday, my friend. I'm going to be out your way this later on this month. I'm trying to get my wife to come with me. I got a sweet trip out to LA this month. 1 leg out, spend all day there, 1 leg back the next day. It's going to be a good time. Can we smash down the like button before we land? Ooh, Cali Simmer, let's do it, please. Thank you for bringing it up. Y'all, if you haven't already, hit that like button because turboprops, GA flying on YouTube just does not bring attention to the channel. Like, they just like the least watched streams, but To me, it's the most fun streams I do. So if you like seeing turboprops and stuff, please hit that like button. It will help the algorithms.
220, join the runway 24 left localizer.
Who is that for? That was blocked. We got to pay attention. That was blocked.
Rocketeer 70, right turn 220.
Rocketeer.
join the runway 25 left, 24
But yes, thank you,
left
Cali Center.
localizer.
Right turn.
Peter, welcome.
50, join the runway 24 left localizer. Rocketeer 70.
You got a pilot deviation? Forgot about the bottom altitude?
220, thank
Cole
you, sir.
Sullenberger? Hey.
357 Bravo Mike, turn left turn 090, speed 180 knots left.
Left turn 090 and 190 or less on the speed. TBM 7 Bravo Mike. 180 or less on the speed. TBM 7 Bravo Mike.
Gone to 450 heavy, turn right heading 210.
Alright, 080 on the heading. And we got to bring speed back 180 or less.
15 ready to go.
That was 1108, flying 210, runway 15.
080.
210 clear for takeoff.
There we go.
Hello, good morning, Boeing 23.
180 or less, so that's kind of nice. It's actually slowing us down. Feels good when ATC tells you to slow down and you're in a single engine prop. Airspace alert. I'm gonna have to. There's gotta be a way to configure that off. See, now we're at 7,000 when we're out of TDS mode. So that altitude bug has to be a TDS issue. All right, we'll maintain 180 here on the speed, watching our torque right about. I'm learning my torque and speed settings here. So right about 65 torque.
November 930.
Almost 12 o'clock is at 180 knots, maybe even a little less. We're gonna come back to about 60% torque. This is the TDS Kiwi Kev, and I'm going to be honest with you. It's probably the last time I use it. I'm probably going to try the PMS. I'm going to uninstall the TDS and get my PMS back on, and I'm going to see if I have the same issues, because I do have that freeware version. I wonder. Now you got me thinking. I think I might still have the freeware version installed with. Having two versions.
The center frequency now 135.5.
I wonder if that could be causing issues.
On SoCal frequency, change the center frequency.
Firefly, this must be Tom Solon on center. He's one of the best controllers on VATSIM. He sounds legit, man. I like him. I like him.
In LA Center, Southwest 1678, short of 27, ready for takeoff.
1678 on 27 to takeoff.
We can let's go ahead and back up our second OBS here as well, in case we have a some type of failure. Always have two going. Don't waste any tools, especially single pilot. Do not waste any tools in your cockpit. So I've got 251 set there. I've got 251 over here. I've got the DH set over here. Everything is pretty much ready to go. Turboprops are the main reason for buying Microsoft Flight Sim. Suffer through all the tube liners and G8 treasures.
Mike, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 3,600.
Right turn 180, 3,600. TBM 7 Bravo Mike.
180,
3,600. All right, I'm sorry, Chad. I'm going to have to start
Contact
focusing
tower,
here.
Rocketeer 70. Good day, sir.
3,600 feet. Let's go
1108, radar contact, heading 210.
vertical speed, 1,800.
All aircraft listen out for call signs, please. A lot of aircraft here. South 1108, radar contact, 3,200, climb maintain about 360.
Don't speed up here. Let's bring that torque back.
LA Center, November 930, Sierra Bravo at 4,000 feet, climbing 8,000.
If you want to check it being installed without leaving the flight, hit the memory card on the 750. What's that going to do? You can have them both installed. You may need a patch for it to jive with the 530 installed at the same time.
450 heavy, right turn heading 210, descend and
I'll do it after landing, Kevo, just to check. I screwed up my approach to landing on the last stream. I don't want to do anything that would risk it, but I'll pull the memory card after touchdown just to see. Yeah, lots of traffic at VATSIM today. That's perfect though. This is exactly what I wanted. So let's go into realism mode here. I'm going to minimize my chat interactions. 180 on the speed, 3,600. We're 18 miles out. Slow to 150, TBM 7 Bravo Mike.
357 Bravo Mike. Traffic just ahead of you. You've been following him. You can see probably about 12 o'clock at 5 miles.
We'll be looking where IMC right now, TBM 7 Bravo Mike.
Okay. Descend and maintain 2,000.
Descend and maintain 2,000, TBM 7 Bravo Mike.
That was 1108. Cleared red Castro, climb to about 3.
2,000 is set. Trying to slow to 150 here.
Castro.
Get some little prop forward, try to get some prop drag in there.
3930 Sierra Bravo, you with me?
Yes, it's November 930 Sierra Bravo.
I'm going to slow my vertical speed down to help me slow my indicator down here.
Radar contact and resume on navigation.
Resume navigation. November 930 Sierra Bravo.
This message thing drives me nuts.
LA Center, Southwest 1678, passing.
AFO 3310. That is fantastic, man. Congratulations. I hope you crush it, man.
390, Southwest 1678.
357 Bravo, Mike, turn right, heading 220, join the runway 25 left localizer.
Right turn 220, join the 25 left localizer, TBM 7 Bravo, Mike.
Air Canada 527.
220, join the loc. So this will be interesting because we don't have a loc only mode here. I guess theoretically we could nav it, right? We're 150 knots on the speed, we're 700 to level off. I'm afraid if I go nav mode, let's wait till it comes alive.
9013, radar contact out of 320.
220 on the heading, 150 on the speed, leveling 2,000 feet. Let me get flight recorder up and ready. Here comes the localizer. Oh, it's trying to.
LA Center, American 1244 on the ground at Lindbergh.
Yeah, you would treat it just like a VOR intercept. But because we're having nav issues, Cam, I'm afraid if I hit nav, it's going to try to nav something else.
357 Bravo, Mike, 2 miles from Honda, maintains 2,000 to establish on the localizer, cleared ILS from the 25 left bridge.
2,000 to establish, cleared ILS, 25 left approach, TBM 7 Bravo, Mike. All right, we're cleared approach. So now we can hit the approach button, but I don't know if it's going to actually work.
Contact tower 120.95.
2095, bye-bye, Southwest Police.
How do I...
Bravo, Mike, will establish the localizer contact tower, bye-bye.
Want to establish a contact tower, TBM 7 Bravo, Mike. Thanks for ATC. See ya. Tower is 2095. We'll get that ready. We'll enter that. We won't transfer it yet. All right, so it is capturing. See, I'm not getting proper indicating modes here, but it looks like it is capturing, so that's good. We've captured the loc. Let's go ahead and transfer over ATC to tower. LA Tower, good morning. TBM 7 Bravo, Mike. Join the loc 25 left.
TBM 37 Bravo, Mike, Los Angeles Tower number 2, wind 1706, runway 25 left, clear to land.
25 left, clear to land. TBM 7 Bravo, Mike. All right, we're clear to land. Runway's in sight. Now the question is, I hit approach mode, so hopefully it'll pick up the glide slope here. You can see everything's jiving. 251, runway's in sight, right at 2,000 feet. We won't hit the replay. Well, here's the thing. I can't accidentally hit replay because we didn't record one.
78 left on Zulu, and where are you parking, sir?
So we should be good.
Fine, Rocket 27 there.
We're going to maintain this speed, though. This is going to be a test here. This is where I need to be better. How do I get this to go back to... There we go. That's what I wanted. Actually, let's go back. Procedure. Charts. Approach. I thought it would show me. Oh, yeah, it does right there. It shows us on approach. All right, we're trying to keep our speed up. Recording is on now, so I can not have to worry about that. I got traffic off the roof, nose in sight. Glide slope is alive. Looks like it's having a hard time staying right on the loc. Let's see if it captures. Here comes the glide slope.
Boeing 777 Heavy, Squawk 1 Charlie when able, information golf turn, runway 25 right.
Yeah, we're definitely aligned with the taxiway, but this is, I want to see if it captures the glide slope here. Give me a second. All right, it does not appear that it is going to capture. Oh, maybe it will. Not capturing the glide slope, though. Let's just go autopilot off. We'll hand fly it. Yeah, I don't know. That TDS is messing with it.
Golf current, runway 24 left, taxi via Echo.
Alpha Echo, Delta.
Trying to keep our speed up here. Let's catch up to that slope. Let's go gear down.
Shed 1049, turn left heading 236, maintain 3000.
236, maintain 3000.
Every time I see this thing flash, it just drives me nuts.
1049, contact Delta Center 135.5.
Let's go flaps approach. That's going to be our landing flap setting. Try to maintain about 130 here as long as we can. I'm thinking right about 500 to 700 feet. We'll try to start slowing up. Trying to keep our prop nice and fast here. Actually, we can probably go at least 500 feet. Let me do a magic barrel ref update here. 2987. Looking good. Nope, yaw damper off, thanks. Yeah, yaw damper off for landing. Diving towards the runway here. All right, 500 feet. Let's go ahead and start slowing her up.
500.
Now we're gonna try to. We're gonna probably land a little bit early because we don't want to. We want to get off the runway as quick as we can here and make this turn for Atlantic. This is the good part about not being at 121 because you can come in here 4 reds. I can see where I want to exit. We'll see if we make it happen though.
Southwest 2156, Quackmo Charlie, when able.
Sorry about that.
All good. TSA 4874, y'all set?
The runway is so wide. It's so trippy on this TBM. Look how wide the runway is. Can't even see where I'm going here.
Holding short, runway 25 right, Bravo 1.
We'll take this one here.
TSA 4874, RNF to Docker, wind 1706, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, PSA 4874, thank you. TBM 357, Bravo Mike, left on Alpha, taxi to parking, this speaker today.
Left on Alpha over to parking, thanks for TBM and some Bravo Mike's it. It is so weird with that illusion. The runway is so wide. So wide that you don't even like it's bizarre. Now the lighting seems pretty interesting too, all dark, but let's clean it up. Could take off sideways, I know. All right, recording is stopped.
2520 pushback.
It just was it's funny. I mean, you train students for like runway illusions, and that's exactly what it looks like when you do the runway illusion training. We'll turn all those off, turn that on, back on there. Actually, we can get, yeah, there we go. We turn that on, that off. All right, how do we get over to Atlantic? We need to get in there somehow. Wait, what? There we go. There we go. I want landing off, taxi on. Flaps are coming up. Here's our entrance to the taxiway.
Southwest 2156, runway 24 left, line up await.
All right, where are we going? It's a cloudy day here in LA.
Southwest 1280, left on Echo 13, left on Echo.
Let's go right to the front door, shall we?
Left Echo 13, left Echo to the gate, Southwest 1280.
Brakes are set. Let's go ahead and do our flow. That's coming off. That's coming off, off, off. Bleed goes off. Fan goes low. Actually, fan can come off. Come up the right-hand side. Boost pump off. Tank select manual. Up on the overhead. Let's go ahead and get the taxi lights, strobe lights. Nav light can stay on. And ignition off. And let's go ahead and shut her on down. Feather. I'd say that was a pretty good test. Pretty good frames getting on the ground. A little bit harder on the frames, obviously, but still a lot of traffic, a lot of clouds, and really good on frames. I got to say this, I almost don't notice the impact on my particular rig with this airplane. Very well optimized. Crash bars coming down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Los Angeles. We're going to shut her on down. Now what I will do is I'm going to disconnect from VATSIM right now. And we're going to close the door because I think the door will stay open on replay. So let's just close the door. Now, one other thing that is notable too that I've noticed is when you do replay mode, you might mess up your state saving with my particular replay setup. Because it state saves pretty much when you shut down. Let's let everything load in here for a second. So that it's kind of something to look at. Why were the landing lights flashing left and right? That's pulse mode. That's pulse mode, left and right. Water had to go around? Oh no. Missed the radio call. If you reassign the same bind to reset cockpit view, you get rid of the double click. You needed to go to captain view. Oh, thanks, Felipe. I'll have to look into that. Alright, so let's go ahead and make sure our prop is, there we go, prop full forward. Oh no, I think it just shut off. Let's see how we did on landing. Zoom it up. We're not going to spend a lot of, ooh, there's SoFi Stadium. But I want to hurry up because I want to get back and watch some football. Let's see how we did. There's SoFi off the right-hand side. Pretty cool. I'd say it's pretty successful bringing a TBM in here. Pretty successful to bring a TBM into Los Angeles. Use flaps approach all the way down. Probably could have done a full flap. Water's becoming his own meme. Scott, have a good one, man. Take it easy, bud. Flaps approach, high speed. It wasn't quite a butter. I need to get better on the flare. Like I don't know when to flare. I gotta bring that nose up more. All right. Either way, other than being a flat landing, I'll take it. We'll go ahead and leave it there. I'm gonna get out of here. Take a look at SoFi Stadium. Go Buffaloes. Go Gators. Go Jets. Go Cowboys. Who else is playing tonight? Ooh. Let's see. Oklahoma. Ooh, I'd like to see an upset there. I'd like to see ISU beat Oklahoma. And I'd like to see Duke beat Notre Dame. All right. This should be fun. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks for tuning in on this last-minute TBM stream. We'll be back next week. Back down under. So we'll take a look at that later on in the week. So thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm the one. Key 6, you missed it all, but you get to see us in chat. Here you go. See you.